Okay everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're back with another track guide. It's for Daily Race C, driving the Super Formula cars at Catalunya, a very fast-paced combination. That I did this track guide on the Monday before they reset the leaderboards because there were some people taking advantage of a cut on the final chicane. I call it a cut, but basically they're running onto the grass over the runoff area, then down the pit lane, and it was quite a bad cheat, but it's finally it's been fixed now. The leaderboards have been reset. However, my lap guide should still serve you to get a reasonable lap in the qualifying time trial session to put yourself as far forward on the grid as possible. And as we know with this combination from the races we've done already, being in front is so important. The dirty air is very, very strong at this combination. It's extremely difficult to maintain any sort of pace when you're behind another car, so you really want to get the best qualifying that you physically can. So what we're going to do in this guide is talk about how much time you can gain in certain places, the lines you need to take, the places where you're going to gain time, and where you're going to lose time on your lap. Stuff that should help you in terms of improving your time, and then you can let me know once you've used the video to let me know in the comment section if it's actually helped you out. So yeah, this is going to be the track guide. We'll start it now as the replay goes over the line, and then we'll start slowing it down in the braking zones to give you all the advice you need. So going through the final corner, obviously 100% flat out, no need to lift through here. No fuel mixture enhancement available for the qualifying in time trial, only in the race you have the ability to use the boost button. So going into turn 1, you're going to be looking out for the 100 board, where that is around about the braking mark. You can see the 100 board there. We're going to brake probably just dead on it or just slightly past it. You'll see as we go past the braking inputs start going in now, just a bit past, but you can brake on the 100 board if you feel a bit safer doing that. Now we're going to hold third gear, try and get your right hand tyre on that green bit of Astro on the right hand side, basically getting onto that sausage curb there, and then accelerating up this left hand corner now. And again, you want to get your left hand side again on the green Astro turf on the left hand side if possible, just skimming it. An early upshift into fourth gear also to help dull the power a little bit and get the car back over to this left hand side, because you're going to swing it into this right hand corner now. This is a fast paced corner. You'll see just a tiny little lift off the throttle there. That's all that was needed, and then flat out all the way through this long right hand corner, running a little bit wide there. Nearly ran a bit too far wide, but got away with it, and then into the braking zone, braking just before this massive advertisement hoarding above our heads there. Just before there is your braking zone, down into third gear, and you want to hold the car as close to the apex as possible. I prefer to hold it very tight to the apex, and then that enables you to get on the power nice and early and get on the full throttle nice and early to carry the speed all the way through this corner. You can see there, full throttle, no lifting at all, then into the next braking zone. This is a very tricky braking zone. You're going to see the braking inputs go in there. There isn't really much in terms of reference point for this corner. I tend to just make sure that you brake before you see the white and red of the apex curve that you're now going into. It's extremely important to do that because you get a nice early entry. Keep the car nice and tight through the corner, trying to get your left hand side to stay as close as possible to the curb. An early upshift into third gear helps stop too much wheel spin and gives you good traction all the way now into this really fast flowing left and right. You can see I use that as a braking reference. The start of the curb where it starts going wide on the white part, that's where I use as my reference to the braking. Then trying to hold third gear, getting your left hand tyre as close to this curb but not all the way over onto the green part. The green part will unsettle the car, and then again using the full width of the track, trying to keep your left hand tyres just within the white lines. If you do run too far wide over there, you will pick up a penalty. And then accelerating all the way up the hill now into this extremely fast right hand corner. You're going to take this in fifth gear. You'll see I just give it a little lift off the throttle here, off the throttle, and then back on and accelerating all the way through the corner, trying to make sure that you skim your right hand tyre onto the red and white curb again. You just want to graze it to give you maximum traction all the way through the corner and acceleration out of that corner, and then into the very heavy hairpin braking. You're going to use the board there, which is the yellow flag and blue flag reference point. That is what you're using as your braking reference. I use that to judge my braking. Heavy on the brakes now, all the way down the gears, down into second gear, and then hold second gear until you feel that the car's slowed down enough. Don't go straight into first gear, you will over rotate the car. And then we go to first gear, getting the left hand tyre as close to possible on this curb. I actually took this a little bit too narrow, probably lost a little bit of time on this corner. I could have come from a slightly wider angle and got better traction out of the corner. However, I did actually manage to rescue it, got into third gear quite early and carried the speed up the hill. Now you want to make sure you straight line this as much as possible. Don't go all the way around the track, just straight line that and then into the next braking zone. From 4th gear, you're going to go down into 2nd gear. You'll see braking inputs going in there nice and early. Down into 2nd gear, hold in the apex for as long as possible until you feel the grip is there, and you'll start seeing the throttle going back in around this point. And then you're going to go up to 3rd gear, early upshift again to dole that power. You don't want to be over revving in 2nd gear and spinning up the rears. Then up to 4th gear, and then we're going to use this little bit of tire tread mark on the curb as our brake reference point. And that's what I use. You see braking and going in there just before it starts fully. Down into 3rd gear and then into 2nd gear as we approach the apex, trying to get your right hand tyre onto the highest point of that curb. You almost want to graze the sausage curb on the right hand side, and then early upshift again into 3rd gear, carry the speed all the way through the corner, and then make sure you're braking early for this corner before that advertisement corner above our head. Down into 1st gear and then rotate the car into, so you're squaring it off and you're almost going straight over that middle curb. It's really important to do. We actually hit that a little bit too aggressively. Left hand tyre goes up in the air. However, on this right hand side, we again aim for the middle part of the car to go straight over, and it's done that really smoothly. Early upshift into 3rd gear again to dole the power and accelerate all the way through the corner. You can see with the ghost behind me, I actually lost a bit of time on this lap on the final sector. There is a 25.1 available if I was to push it a little bit more. Maybe a 25.0 if you really nail a lap. But anyway, hope this track guide helps you out. We're going to have a little look at the lap now from the chase camera and just show you what I mean about using the full width of the track, etc. You see again using all the width from the left side to enter into this right hand corner. Again, getting onto the green part of the Astro. You see how we use the green part of the Astro on that corner, and then that little lift that just bites the car into the apex there. Maximum throttle all the way through the corner and then into the heavy braking zone, braking just before that advertising horn above our head, down into 3rd gear. Accelerate all the way through this corner. Make sure you carry good speed through there, and then making sure you brake early. It is always better to brake slightly early for this corner than late. If you brake late, you run really wide and you lose a massive amount of time. And then into this really fast flow corner, again it's important to make sure you don't brake late for this corner. You want to brake early so that you skim the apex on the left hand side, which enables you to carry the speed all the way up the hill. And then into this very fast right hand corner, another corner where a lot of time can be lost if you don't carry the speed. You really need to make sure you be aggressive on that corner to get the most out of your time trial lap. And then again, we took that a little bit too aggressively on the apex, but managed to rescue it with good traction in 3rd gear. And then into this right hand corner, being very patient on the throttle until you feel the grip is there. Make sure if you're too early on the throttle, you will run off into that gravel. You have to be very patient. Down into 2nd gear, clipping that apex nicely, and then again aggressive on the. See how the car lifted there? That's where we lost a bit of time. When all 4 wheels are not on the track like that, you're losing traction and you're losing time. However, it was probably about a 10th and a 10th and a half, something like that we lost. But we go over the line for a solid lap. Anyway, I'm going to let you watch the lap at full speed from the gameplay camera. I hope you enjoyed this track guide. Let me know in the comment section if it's helped you out. I hope it does. Hope it gives you some pointers for your lap to improve it. There will be a subscription link at the end of this with some further track guides and other videos for you to watch if you want to do that. Make sure you hit that notification button if you haven't already subscribed, and I'll see you all very soon. Thanks again for watching, everyone.